Hi guys, so today we're gonna do the nails that you saw in the intro, and I don't know why I feel nervous about it, but we'll be fine. So I always talk about what we're gonna use, or at least what I'm gonna use, because people always have questions about that. So as far as the acrylic, I'll be using Omega powder. It is faster setting, but if you want more work time, which I probably should use today, but I'm not going to, you can use whatever acrylic you use, obviously the system. So you need the powder, and you also need the liquid that goes with that powder. It's not recommended to mix monomers with different powders. I am gonna do that a little bit today, but normally for the base nail that I really wanted to make sure it's done well, you need to use the same monomer that goes with your powder, whatever system you're using. Somebody had asked recently if I can do a video on acrylic systems or all the basic things you need for your acrylic nails. So I will do that. I had an old video, obviously my old channel, and it's gone now, and it's probably outdated anyway, so I'll definitely do that very soon here, maybe for next Monday. Of course, I always use all types of different dap-in dishes, basically where you're gonna put your monomer, where you might put your acrylic powders, and you clean this one out. I always clean these out before using them with some alcohol or just the acetone, just wipe it out so it's nice and clean. You always wanna start obviously with nice clean hands, nice and washed. So today is gonna be a fill, so I am gonna use all sorts of files. I am gonna use my electric file, which is again just that Sina or Lena one. You can find this super cheap now. I've been sent several of them, the same machine in my old channel to review. This happens to be one I think I picked up myself, but they all look the same, so it doesn't really matter. The bit I have here is just like a gold bit. You know, you can find them super cheap on AliExpress, eBay, Born Pretty Store, T-Mart, all those different stores that sell online that sell bits. This one has to have a round tip, a nice bite on the side. But if you don't have a file, you're just gonna do the same thing, but with a nice gritty file, like 100, maybe 150 grit, because you really want to file down the nail surface so we can get going and get your fill done. Different brushes, of course the cuticle pusher, tools like that. This one comes from Sally's. The brush I have here, which I keep joking about because it's kind of misshapen, but it works for dual forms because it's not like I need it to be perfect because I'm gonna actually use it on my nail. You're gonna use it on your dual form, so it doesn't really have to be perfect. So you can see mine's a little misshapen. This is a nail light number 8 Kolinsky, and I think they sell them for like 8 or 10 bucks. I don't know, pretty inexpensive, and they work great. This was put away kind of crooked. That's why it bent and stayed that way. I don't think I'm gonna do nail art, but if I do, I have a little number 2 brush here, probably from Born Pretty Store or something like that. Of course, you need your primer. I happen to use the primer that goes along with anything Nylite. It doesn't matter if you're using their Omega or whatever stuff. Sign up for Nail Lights if you are interested in their stuff for their emails, because they'll send you like $5 off coupons or free shipping coupons, things like that. But anyway, this is the Something Wonderful primer. It's acid-free protein bonder, so I prefer that. Acid-based bonders are just fine too. Well, they're not called bonders, they're just called primers at that point. But basically what it does is kind of eats away a little bit at your nail so that the acrylic sticks really well. And protein bonders work a little bit different, but for me it works. If you still get a lot of lifting, you might want to go with an acid-based primer. Use a regular old primer. I'm trying to think what else we need. I always have some kind of cleanser. ASP has one that you can get at Sally's that's in a squirt bottle. I think it's still in a squirt bottle. It just says like nail cleanser. I can't remember what it says, to be honest. What's the word? I don't know. I just realized I have not been using a dehydrator on my nails. Now this one cleanses, dehydrates, and protects too, so it does dehydrate, but ASP also has dehydrator. It's just a little glass bottle that has like a liquid, which is basically, I'm assuming like a strong alcohol because that's all it's for, but I don't know. You can do whatever you like as far as dehydrator. You would apply it before you apply your primer, which again, I just said I don't have it. I don't know why I haven't been using it, but my nails have been not lifting and they're just fine. So again, this has a dehydrator in it. And then you need things like a really strong alcohol. This is 99% isopropyl alcohol from Walmart. You can order it also from Nailite or any other place that sells nail stuff. I'm just trying to think. Okay, so my idea was to do like frozen nails. So on one hand, I want to do like an Elsa inspired hand and then a Anna inspired hand, which might be a big mess. I don't know what I'm thinking or what I'm doing. I want to do these 3 nails. They're just going to be a regular fill, and then I'm going to maybe add some rhinestones here, and then just do gel polish, right, on those 3. On these 2, I'm gonna do a combination of just a glitter nail and then a nail that goes from glitter to solid. And I'll do the same thing on these both hands, but this will be in Anna colors, this will be in Elsa colors. I was looking for my opalescent stuff to put over so it has a nice shimmer, but I couldn't find it. And I had a bunch of companies that sent me them for my old channel. I don't know what happened to them. I cannot find any of it. So that's that. So I do have some glitters that are already mixed. I was looking for that stuff, that opalescent powder, and I found this mix that someone must have sent me, and I'm sorry, the tag is missing. So I know this is from a glitter swap from my old channel that I did. And what's funny is that in here there are rhinestones that work for Anna. I was like, oh, that's so cute. And then I like the colors that are in here. So this is kind of the colors that I was thinking about using anyway. Like, you know, she wears like a blue. I mean, this is more teal, but she wears like blues, like fuchsia, kind of pink, like that heart, like more fuchsia, I guess, a little deeper than that. And like a royal blue, and then black and gold, and her little flowers are kind of pinkish. So I think this will work. So I'm gonna do that. I am gonna mix a little bit of a glitter mix for us to use because I have this other one that I found from another mix or a swap. And I think it's a really pretty base to start with for Elsa, but I'm gonna add a little more blue in this one, just a little more of this blue. And then I'm gonna make a silver mix that I'm going to blend into this mineral silver. And I don't know what this mineral silver actually looks like. I was looking for swatches online. I bought this like for $3. It was on clearance at Sally's like so long ago. And it's supposed to be silver, but they have different silvers. So mineral silver, we'll see what it looks like. If it's too gray, I'm just gonna not use it. On the nail where I'm gonna transition from glitter to opaque. And then on the, this is the one I'll be using probably for the Anna side, is gonna have that glitter going into black. And this is Diva DC black. They are no longer in company, but just a black acrylic. And then while I was looking for all this stuff, I found so many other things. I was looking for a certain thing of rhinestones and I found them. I'm like, oh, that's funny. They're in here. They're just really pretty crystal, supposedly actual crystal rhinestones. They're not Swarovski, but close enough. But then I found lots of mixes and cute stuff people sent me. These are probably from Nail Light, and look how pretty those are. So I might be just throwing in whatever I want to do on top of the nail. And then as far as the gel colors for the polish, I'll be using WAVEgel, which is my favorite. There's a link in the description box with it. Well, there's a discount code for you guys from Rush Hour Beauty. That's where I normally get mine from. There's also wavegel.com you can order from. Capricorn Island and Miranda, which is my daughter's name, which I thought was cute, but it's a really kind of deep fuchsia-ish, and then the light blue, and then their top coat. That's probably how I'm gonna adhere the rhinestones. So a lot going, and I'm already kind of out of breath here. I am gonna use a clipper to help me clip away any lifting that I might have here. So I just have this one, it's from Nail Light. As you can see, I keep it in the package. And we are going to be filling our nails with the dual forms because it was super easy. There's no reason I'm gonna do something else today. So again, these are from AliExpress. People asked me about the link. The link I bought it from before was sold out, but it's back now. So if I can get the link, I'll have it in the description box. I paid for them. There's nothing, I don't get anything from that. And then these, I had already tried these out. These are the sizes I've been using, and you can reuse these forever, you guys, unless they get really messed up, but I don't see that happening. So these are all the sizes I used last time. Like this one still has some acrylic stuck in it, but it pops right out because that's the whole point of a dual form, right? There you go. Guys, you can clean them out if you like. I would not use acetone or anything like that. I would use like alcohol because you might melt it. But this is the one that goes on my thumb. And so what you need to do, if you just keep, like, if you don't really file this nail down and you just add more acrylic and put it on here, your thumbnail is gonna start getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And have you seen those nail polish mountain videos? You'll know what I'm talking about. Basically, it's gonna get smaller and smaller, right? What you're putting on top, it's gonna get smaller and smaller and smaller. So don't do that. We have to really file this back, especially on the nails that we're adding the new glitter. These guys, not so much. And I'll talk about that. So we're gonna do 3 different types of nails with the dual forms. But to begin, I'm gonna put all this stuff to the side. Don't want it to get all messy. I do have actually this is a nail mat from Sally's. They sell them in big packs. It's professional manicure, but you can use, you know, brawny paper towels, whatever paper towels. I always like to put a towel under that. And this is on a glass mat that I have, it's just a craft mat. So just because I'm at my dining room table, I don't want to mess it up in case any liquids go under this. So, okay, let's say I plugged in my drill. I would just come in and drill all this away until it's reduced by like maybe even 50%. the acrylic, right? Not all the way, obviously you want to have something left. And, but I'm not gonna do that quite yet because I have a fan here that is going to help me collect all the dust. And the fan is loud, and I got this from T-Mart. I believe they sent it to me for free on my old channel a long time ago, years ago. I don't even know if they still offer it, but you plug it in, obviously you take this off and turn it on, and all my little filings are gonna go in here, but it's loud, so I don't wanna use this right now while I'm talking to you guys. So we're gonna do it old school with a file. It is 100 grit. Let me get a little bit closer. And then of course you're gonna shake off anything that you have on powdery on your surface because you don't want that to be there when you go to do your nails, right? Because you're always wiping your brush off. So again, just come in here and we're just going to attack the nail basically. You want to take off as much as you can. And I have gel polish from the last video, which you guys probably remember. You just want a really gritty file to do this because it doesn't matter. You're just trying to get rid of as much as you can. And I'd still do more than this, but I'm not going to take my time. But you know, I keep going. Obviously, if there's polish, you didn't go deep enough. And I also want to trim mine back a little bit, so I would also take off a little bit of the length. Okay, so once, I would still do more than this, obviously, like I said. But once you get down to here, what you can do is see if you have any lifting and just take your tool and kind of clip that off. I'm telling you, that bonder, and you know what it is? I think it's because the dual forms, if you seal them right, and I'll talk about that when we go to put them on, there should be not that much lifting, but a lot of people get lifting because they don't really know how to use them. I'm sorry, you know, on my old channel, I had videos that are 9 years old using dual forms, so I've been using them for a long time, and I saw that Susie Career Nail Education, what's her channel? And I guess she did some on a lady and they all broke off. And I know why, because I have other videos talking about that. When you put your nail on and you have your actual nail, right, when you're first doing them, it's kind of sticking up a little bit. If you're pushing it down so hard that your nail is cutting up into the acrylic, and even though it looks right when you take it off, it's gonna snap right off because it's gonna be weak right here from being pushed too hard into your natural nail. So I always push it harder in the cuticle area and let this kind of do its own thing. But we'll talk about that when we get there. So I just think it's kind of funny. People are trying them out and they're like, oh, but oh, my poor channel lost so many videos. There was like hundreds of nail videos. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do is make sure everything that's lifting is pulled away there. Picked away, of course, push back your cuticle, just regular maintenance. I will do this to both hands. When I come back, my hands are gonna look a mess, but we'll build it up from there. Pick away or scrape away any dead skin that might be on there. And then when you're all done with that, you're gonna have a lint-free wipe or something like that. And just get some alcohol, or for me, I'm gonna use my Cleanse and Dehydrate Protect. Just pour it on there and wipe away all of the extra powder that's all around your nails, and then we're ready to do our fill. Real quick, guys, as I was working, I forgot to tell you, this stuff, you can just clip it off. I was just gonna come back and show you. Anything rhinestones or 3D artwork, clip it off, because otherwise you're gonna sit there filing to get all that thickness off, when you can just kind of pick it all off. And if it was rhinestones, again, do the same, just pop them off and continue working. And I'm gonna make sure these two are really, really slim, because I don't want a lot of the glitter that was there before showing through, which you probably won't because of the things I'm using, but if you are gonna try to do a new design that incorporates other glitters, make sure to get that really, really flat removed. Okay guys, so I did put some of the monomer into this little dappen dish so I can work from there. There's a couple things I want to mention. Hopefully I don't knock this over. Okay, so again, after I was all done, I got my little wipe and I got the solution here. But if you don't have this, you just want to clean off your nails, just dust them off. And then again, go in with your dehydrator just to clean that area up. And you always want to make sure when you're done picking away any lifting or anything else, that after you've pushed your cuticles and got away any of this dead skin, that you go in and file so that it'll rough up the nail, but also make sure that the old acrylic is flush with your nail, okay? So this is what it looks like. It did as best I can without getting too super close to my nail, keeping a little there. The other thing I want to mention about an electric file, because I'm sure I always forget and people have questions about this. Oh my gosh, there's so many filings here. Is as you use it, you want to reverse the polarity. So when I'm right-handed, so when I use my right hand to do my left hand, I have it up here in the positive position. And then when I switch it off and I go to do my other hand, I'm holding my drill in my left hand, I switch to this negative position, okay? In the middle, if you have nothing, it's neutral, it doesn't turn. So because you always want the file to turn in a way that is not going to come back at you, because you'll see once you start using it, if it's not right, it goes zzz, and you're like, oh, because it kind of bumps you or it might cut you. Well, this one doesn't because it's a safety one, but if you don't have a safety bit on there, you can get cut. I found these in my truck this morning with the kids. I was like, oh, this is perfect, because I needed something to hold my acrylic powder. Normally I wouldn't go with something like this, just plastic, but I'm just gonna put it in here for right now because I already told you guys I don't like dipping into the old bottle that Omega has. Now their bottles are different. It's more like a jar. It's a wide mouth, so you can see what you're doing. But for now, I'm just gonna pour some in here. And a good amount. Actually, I'll probably pour the whole thing when I'm done, but I keep it in there. Just so I can dip in here easier to get my acrylic. I'm gonna show you how to just do the basic fill, which I've already done before, but that's what we're here for. I have my Something Wonderful primer. I'm gonna primer up this whole left hand. And then as I go to each nail, I'll add a second coat of primer. So try to just stay on the nail. You don't want this to be sopping wet or all over the place. I had to open my window, of course, because I want the smell to go out. And then as I get ready to actually apply the nail, I'll do a second coat of primer, okay? Let me see how this should be. I was watching old videos of mine. I'm like, oh my gosh. Either I was too close or not close enough. Okay. So we have our monomer, we have our acrylic powder, and just clear, because in this nail I'm just gonna fill it. On the other nails we're going to do some glitter, but for right now this is just your basic fill. I always put my brush into my monomer and let the bubbles go out. Clean it off. This is basically just to get started. And I'll do the thumbnail, it's the largest nail. And what I'm gonna do is fill this, so it's basically the length of the nail that I have down here, which is the second line. I think I did that last time and it grew out, so second line on the YS Nails dual form, or whatever this dual form is. Again, I just applied my second coat. I'm gonna grab some acrylic, and this time really want to focus on putting it down at the bottom, because that's what we need to fill, right? We have the most area down at the bottom, at the cuticle area. But I also want to put in some, of course, to go all the way up to that second mark. And I'm just kind of patting it side to side. Not completely, because my nails are almond shaped, so we want to kind of remember that. And hope you can see it's not too thick. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more down at the cuticle area, and then we're going to apply it. You don't really want it to just squeeze out because you have it there. There's like a fuzzy thing on my nail. Ugh. Okay. So I'm going to take this over here and get it super close to your cuticle. And I always I'm applying pressure there in that area. I'm not really applying the pressure up here. And now I'm going to hold it with my finger, letting this just kind of come up to the top. And whatever squeezes out the side, you can use your brush to kind of brush away. If you need it, as far as part of the nail, just brush it towards the nail. If you just need it to be gone, you can just pick it away. So I'm always paying attention all around. If anything comes out on either side, I'm keeping it really nice and tight at the cuticle area, because that's the part you really need to be mindful of. The rest of it you can trim away or do whatever you need to. Okay, I'm looking underneath, and if there's anything left here, which actually I'm just missing some, so I'm just going to put this over here. All that's going to get filed away later anyway. But if there's a big amount that you want to pick away, like I said, just do that now. And I'm just using my tool. And you want to make sure you have enough that it'll go to the tip of the nail. Otherwise, you're going to end up with too little acrylic. You can kind of adjust that with your own acrylic powder later if it's not right. We're going to file the top of this anyway, even though normally I don't, but we will. Because what happens when you file the top is that you can file this cuticle area real nice and smooth and make sure there's no divot there. Sometimes you'll end up with acrylic behind where the dual form came off, and then it leaves like a little ridge, and you want to get rid of that. Okay, so I'm still holding it, which I don't have to. I just like to make sure it's nice and down there. Now, the next nail I'm going to show you is just a full glitter nail. And where is my glitter mix that I wanted to use? I showed it to you guys. Here it is. So I want to use this glitter mix, and we're only doing one nail with this mix, so I don't need very much of it. So this is going to be kind of weird, and I probably should have done this before we got ready. Move this stuff over. I'm only going to get like the smallest amount of this mix. Like that's probably even too much. It's like half a spoonful of one of these pushers. And like I said, I wanted to add a little more blue to it, so this is... And I think what I'm going to do to this one is usually I add acrylic in here and I pick it up, but I think this time I'm just going to dip into my clear acrylic and then just pick up some of the mix. And look how much more blue that is. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so next nail, full glitter. It's going to be the ring finger. And so let me get my... This is the one I'm going to use in my ring finger. I'm going to go ahead and put my Something Wonderful second coat. I'm going to dip into my monomer, pick up kind of a wet acrylic bead. Why am I having so many issues with like little hairs and things today? I don't know. Again, we're at number 2. Bring it down towards the cuticle. And this time what I'm going to do is dip right in to some more clear acrylic. I'm going to dip into this glitter mix and pat that in. And we have to work quick because we want this to fill up the whole nail, but at the same time keep the integrity of the nail. So I'm always pushing up towards the side walls and getting just a wet bead. So it's just more monomer than it is the acrylic itself. Just making sure. That's why this one had to be a lot thinner, because you're going to add a lot more into it than the other nails. And you can look on the back side and make sure it's good. Hopefully you don't see too many of the old stuff I had there. Trying to make it a little more opaque. Again, you could always just mix the acrylic right into your glitter. Okay, that's probably starting to set up. So now we're gonna get more monomer, kind of a wet bead, and make sure that's really covering the cuticle area, because that's what's gonna be touching your fingernail, and you don't want it to be glitter that's touching your nail. You want it to be acrylic. So again, we're just gonna get really close to our cuticle and really push this time, because this stuff is pretty thick, right? We kind of loaded it up. So I'm gonna hold this here for like 20 or 30 seconds before I start messing with it as far as cleaning up everything around the edge, because I don't want it to come up. And the next one, we're gonna do a little glitter on the back and then going into a solid color, which is trickier. So wish me luck. Hopefully it works out the way I'm thinking. But we're gonna hold that down. And so when I come in here, this is already setting up because I held it for so long. You can just come in here, pick away the extra. And that we're already going to file away anyway, but if you can pick it off right now, it's better, because that way you don't have to file it. This one was super thick, I can tell you. And I'm going to keep holding it just for a little bit longer. And then there's one more nail type I'm going to show you guys. And that's just the one, like I said, it's going to be half glitter and half regular. I think I can probably let go now. So pretty. Look how cute. That blue, that just a little bit that I added really made a big difference. Okay. Oh, look at the little star in the corner. Obviously I didn't plan that, I just threw it on there, but that's cute. They're here. Hopefully I don't have to file it away. And let me just Okay, and this one, I'm gonna do the other hand exactly the same, but with different colors. So I'm not gonna show the whole process of that because it's the same thing. It's just, I'm using different glitters. Now this little glitter, I can throw it back in the bag or just pour it out. Let me clean this up. And on this one, I should have already had this done. I'm gonna make a little tiny mix. Oh my goodness. So I have this bag of Star Spangles. They're silver, hollow, and I probably got them from like, I don't know where, Born Pretty or something. No, actually these came from DVDC when they used to sell big bags like that. Again, they're not in business anymore. So I'm just gonna throw some of those in, get a little of this micro fine holographic glitter. This is from Michaels. I have some holographic tinsel. I think that's all I had for this one because I was just gonna make a quick mix. There might be one other thing. A little hollow tinsel in there. And I'm using the smallest amounts, you guys. And I'm gonna use a little bit more. It's hard to even see, it's so small. And, oh no, those are rhinestones. Yeah, I think that's it. Is that all I got? Okay, just a quick, simple little mix. And this one we're gonna do the same. Let me get that silver. We'll see what happens with this mineral silver. Hopefully it's what I'm thinking it will be. Looks like it's a little shimmery, maybe a little pearlescent, but who knows? Because like when you moisten the powder, that's when you'll know the actual color. Ooh, fell on my finger. Okay, this is middle finger. Let me make sure I have my form. Just trying to clean it out. Okay. Again, monomer. I'll clean this off. Monomer, a little acrylic that's kind of watery. Make sure it goes up to the second mark. Bring it down. We're gonna bring it down, especially in the back, because that's where we're gonna put the glitter. So we're gonna go in again, monomer, clear acrylic, pick up some of that mix. Not too thick, but I want that down there. We're gonna put that in the bottom section here. Woo. Yeah, I'm really flattening it out and then trying to just kind of feather it out. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of feathered out towards the tip. And then I'm gonna get some monomer, get some of this silver. Ooh, that silver's interesting. It has shimmer to it. And I'm just gonna bring it down because why not? And a little more monomer. Make sure we're getting that clear acrylic down here at the bottom. Oh, I forgot to put my Something Wonderful second coat of primer. And let's get this one going. Again, super close to your cuticle and pushing towards the free edge. I'm really squeezing at the cuticle edge because I want that to be nice and flat. And I'm gonna hold it for a few seconds before I mess with the nail. So hopefully you guys like this design. I think it's gonna be more obvious, this nail on the Anna side, because I'm gonna transition from like some cute paillettes into the black. So you'll see that. I'm gonna hold that down still, turn my nail over, and just take a look, assess if I need to pick anything off. Again, this is literally so you don't have to file it later. You don't have to do this. Oh, I like it. I can see a little bit of the design from before, so maybe I'm gonna have to do something to cover that up, but that'll be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna do the rest of the fill and I'll be back. Actually, you know what? I think my thumbnail is ready to pop off. Let's do that real quick. So you'll see after 5 minutes or so, you can pop it off and it comes right off and your nail is nice and shiny, but we still wanna do some filing, so I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm just waiting for this last nail to finish up. It didn't turn out quite as I was expecting, but that's okay. We'll work on that. But I did use up all the monomer. There's a little bit left in there. I'm just gonna use that to clean out the little pot itself because there's some glitter down there. Only one piece of glitter. I think for all the glitter that we worked on, I think that was pretty good. I'm always wiping my brush, you guys. That's one big deal. I know people always ask about that. So that's how you keep your brush clean. Always dipping in monomer, wiping it off. I'm just cleaning up. and then we will continue with the design. This last one's still drying. What we're gonna do is take a good file. This is 100 grit. You can use your 150. And what we need to do is come in here, and you don't really have to mess with the top. We are gonna take that off, but you need to clean up your sidewalls and cuticle area. So what you're gonna do is reshape the nail. And since I have an almond shape, or not almond shape, but a ballerina shape or coffin shape, you need to really come in at an angle, like just straight in there. And then both sides, of course. This is gonna take more than what I'm showing you, but, and then square your tip off again. Now I can leave them kind of just a square, but I don't know. Maybe I will. What do you guys think? So right now, because of when you fill it, it comes in all around the edges. I can leave the nails square, which is a shape I don't really wear that much. I really prefer to have a ballerina shape, but nah. So again, come in at your sharp angle. If you did want to keep it square, just obviously just nice and straight like this. And we're gonna go in around all the edges and especially around the cuticle. We're just trying to get rid of that little ridge, if you have a little ridge, and smoothing it out towards the edge of your nail there. Okay, I'm gonna do that with all the nails. And again, if you don't need to do anything on the top because it's nice and shaped, then you still want to buff off the shine because we're going to apply gel polish, and that just helps you buff all this area here and make sure it's nice. And I'm gonna do that with all the nails, even the ones with the glitter. We're gonna come in on the side, same thing. That's why we put the clear acrylic first on the dual form and then everything else, because that way you can still use your files on it and it's not gonna mess up your glitter. Okay, I'll be right back once my nails are shaped. So I'm pretty much done. Again, just, you know, you compare your nails and try to make them so they look the same on one side as the other. And if you want sharp edges, make sure you have nice, sharp, clean edges. And then I kind of go underneath just to file down the bottom. And then the other thing I like to do with that is I'll take my drill and just come in underneath and just round out the nail underneath. Because what happens, sometimes it comes over the edges, right, and all that, or just from there's the third fill, the nail gets thicker and thicker and thicker, so it's nice to just come underneath there and straighten that out. And then, of course, you just take your buffer and finish off. So I'm gonna wash my hands really well, and we're going to do our gel polish and rhinestones. Okay, guys, I wash my hand. I do wash them with soap. If you have a little scrubber, do that. However you like to wash them. I just feel like it's necessary. Obviously, some people just like to dust it off. Whatever you like. I'm gonna get rid of these things, and I always wash my files when I'm done. So we don't need those for right now. And I'm gonna turn this over because there's lots of stuff and I don't want to get it into my polish. And I'm gonna use the other side of this for if I need to clean up any areas of my gel polish. I have my WAVEgel lamp. It's gonna be 30 seconds per coat. Plug this in. It has a nice long cord, which I love. I don't have to do an extension or anything. Okay, so as far as the WAVEgel, again, I have the two colors, and then I have my top coat. And I'm probably gonna use the top coat to adhere my rhinestones just because it's quick. You can make a little mound of acrylic. You can use gel, right? Builder gel to hold them down, whatever you like. I haven't used these in a while, so I'm gonna give them a bit of a shake. Sorry, I had to move my chair to get a little closer. And so on this hand, I'm going to polish all of the nails that we just did a fill, not the glittery ones, obviously. Otherwise, we did all that work for nothing. And let me get a little closer. Sometimes I wish I had that opalescent stuff. If I find it, I'm gonna add it, but I'm sure it's up in my room somewhere. Anyway, we're gonna polish our nails. And always thin coats. With this one, I'll probably be 2 or 3 coats because I believe it's kind of thick. And I meant to do my thumbs last. Ugh, what a bummer, because I'm gonna put rhinestones on those nails. But anyway, do your best, cap off the tips. Anything you get on your skin, you want to wipe away. And around the cuticle, pretty neat. And the way I do that is I'm kind of getting close. And if you watch a lot of nail videos or like professional ladies, they push towards the cuticle. Right? You're kind of pushing your brush towards there, but like giving it like a little wiggle. Okay? And I'm gonna do my thumb separately, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply that, and on this hand I'm gonna apply the pink, 30 seconds, and I'll be right back. Second coat. So how's everyone doing? Are you guys doing your nails? You just like to watch videos and not actually do them, which is what I did for a long time. Sorry if I'm not in camera there. Again, second coat. It looks like, I don't know, the blue's pretty good. I think with the Miranda color, I'm definitely gonna have to do 3 coats, but I'll see what it looks like once it comes out of the lime, because I think 2 coats is good for this one. This one's gonna definitely need 3 or maybe even 4. And I'll put it in the lamp. I'll grab back. I did do 4 coats of the pink, and you can still see a little bit of the glitter from before under there. That's why you have to do a better job, but I was like, it'll be fine. But I forgot Miranda is kind of a little bit sheer, but that's okay. So now what we're gonna do is just apply rhinestones however you like. Like I said, I found these cute ones that someone had sent me. I have this cheap set. I'm sure it was like $1 for these on, you know, AliExpress or somewhere. I have these, which are nicer ones, which would be really pretty. These right here are from maybe Nailite. Yeah, I think these are from Nailite. They're not black, they're more of that opalescent color you see there. I have this whole pack of nice ones that are different sizes. So do whatever you like. I'm just gonna go with cheap because I'm probably gonna switch these out next week anyway. And there are a ton of different sizes in here. I don't know what I wanna do. I wasn't really thinking about this, so let me put the top coat on. Oh, this is gonna be, and I have a katana. I don't know what I did with it, so I'm not gonna go find it. Maybe I'll go with the bigger ones. Hold on. I'm gonna see about these guys. What if I was, put these here. Okay. I'm gonna do my top coat. Again, you can just build up a little acrylic, like the smallest amount of acrylic there to hold down your stones, and that'll be good too. But this is my top gel. And I'm applying it on the whole nail. I think what I'm gonna do is apply this, do the larger ones, and then I like to get a little, what am I doing? Let me use a brush for this. Oh, I don't have the right brush. I'm just gonna get a little gel on there to help me pick up the stones. And I'll probably set this for 5 or 10 seconds. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and cure the whole thing. I'm gonna put those 2 there, like that. I'm now gonna go ahead and let those sit where I want them. I'm gonna cure it, and then I'm gonna add in some small ones all around, I think. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna put that on my lamp for the whole 30 seconds, and I'll be right back. Okay, let me pour out some of the small ones. I don't really know what, there's medium, and then a little bit smaller, and so some other ones. Let me see what I wanna do. Let's go with the 3rd to large size, and I wanna see what that might look like. So I'm gonna apply a little more top coat, just in the area that I'm gonna put these guys. Like in here, and still smooth it out. You don't want it to look all messy, obviously. I still want it to end up pointy, so I don't really know what I'm doing, just so you guys know. I might take some of these off, I don't know, we'll see. Oopsie. I'm gonna go ahead and set that for about 10 seconds. What I'm gonna do is put some of these tiny, tiny ones just in this back area, just so it's all filled in with rhinestones. So I'm gonna take this and carefully get that laid there, and then, well, let's put them down, then we'll finish up here. And try not to get them all covered in polish, because then you're not gonna see the rhinestone facets anymore. And I'm sorry my head is down because I have to put that in there. Then maybe you can't really hear me talking. just gonna finish that up. Kind of trying to touch the rhinestones a little bit around the edges to help hold them in. Again, not too much, just enough to help seal those and cap the tip. And then I'll do something similar for the other nail. And I'll be right back. Lighting gets all crazy, I'm pretty much done. What I'm gonna do here is take the sticky layer, because this is not the no wipe top coat, which would have been really nice if I was going to be using the little pearlescent powder, because on a no wipe top coat it really just sticks to it. But we're gonna go in here and just clean up all the stickiness. And on this one, all I did was just like a little design. Hopefully they stay on. And we will see. Like I was telling you, my lighting is getting crazy. So what I'm gonna do on the other hands is just top coat the glitter fingers nails, and then just do the color and top coat on these two. So I will be back. Okay guys, so this can be thrown away. I'm all done with that. Now we just have a nice clean towel here. Let me try to get out of that lighting. And it's so funny, as I was still working on this hand, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I love this hand. I love it so much. And I didn't really think like this color is good for like my skin tone, but I love the way these look. I should have made my middle one a little bit longer. I think I filed it back too much. But look at that. And then now that my hand's all washed, I'm looking at, you know what, I do like it. I don't know. My favorite is the other hand, but look how cute. And they are together. This one, I could have gone a little darker with that black. I know right now it looks okay, but if I get sun in it, let me see if I, well, let me just get closer. It's not as opaque as I would like, and that's because, you know, as I'm forming the dual form, I have to work so fast, I can't really build up that much dark of the black. I don't know if you can see there. It's kind of see-through, but not bad. So I'm happy with them. I hope you guys like them and try them. And I think, what time is it? I started at 9 o'clock. At 10:30 is when I was done, and then I started decorating them. So it took, and it's 11:12 now, so it took me almost 40 minutes to do the polish and everything, which is kind of weird. Huh. Did it really take that long? I guess because I'm chatting and a lot of coats and everything else. But just get your cuticle oil on. I did want to mention this cuticle oil. I think I got this from Nail Light. It says Star Nail, and it came off, but it's what's the scent? I already forgot. Vanilla almond, maybe? No, I can't remember what it said, but it smells so good, you guys. But I don't think it gave you a scent. Like if you got on Nail Light, it was just cuticle oil, and it was like $5 for this huge thing. It smells really, really wonderful. So make sure you get your cuticle oil on, and then go out and impress your friends that you did your nails. And thank you to my neighbor who said, you should do frozen nails next. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. So and then she sent me some images. And I'm like, and these are totally not even close to what I saw in the images, because they were like long and beautiful. And you know, you can stamp them with icicles. Again, use that little powder to rub it in there to make it look opalescent, which would be really pretty. I mean, there's so many things you can do. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and go over obviously all of them. There's so many. I just love looking at nails too, like on Instagram and stuff like that, because there's just, people are so creative. But thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, leave them here. I'll try to leave some obviously I'm gonna leave pictures, but I'll try to leave some other videos that might help you out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.